Hi and welcome. We're going to take a walk through the piece called A Walk at Strumble Head by Gareth, Balch, and this piece is on Trinity's grade 5 syllabus currently, and this video is made at the request of Colin Batula. Before we look at the playing, let's look at the structure of the piece. After our initial 4-bar introduction, the tune starts, the melodic material starts at bar 5. And with 4-bar phrases, it continues. And we might think of the A section as being really that first page up to bar 27. Then at bar 27, we appear to have a short middle section in a different key to the opening. And then at bar 40, we return to the A section. But it's not quite the same. There's some subtle differences in the melodic material. And then the ending, or the coda, would be the section from bar 64. Now in terms of key, well, 4 flats would suggest, if we're thinking tonally, of A flat major or F minor. But with all those D naturals at the start, we are in F Dorian. It has a strong F Dorian feel. Unlike almost any piece that has a modal tonality, it doesn't stay there. Very few pieces actually stay in a mode for any length of time. But we can say we're in F minor, and we start off in F Dorian, then it moves more into a conventional F minor, although littered with D naturals, I have to say. The middle section, on the other hand, is in a parallel key. Parallel meaning it shares the same root note. It's still in F, but we're in F major. And then when we return to the A section at bar 40, we're back into F Dorian. So now let's work our way through it. I'm going to go nice and slowly through it and talk through as we go, and we'll encounter various things as we go, perhaps analytical things, perhaps pianistic things. I think just for the sake of now, let's go through it. Da, 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 1, 2. So I've got a pedal put down for the entire first 4 bars. You may ask yourself, why swap the fingers there as indicated here? But it does seem to work for me. I think I like the idea of 2 beats of that and then 2 beats of that before we head down. Sorry, wrong note there. And all of that uses F pentatonic scale, doesn't it? F minor pentatonic scale is those notes. And that's what we're hearing here. All that is F pentatonic minor scale. And we have to make sure that the notes in our right hand flow straight into the notes in our left hand. Same level of intensity in the sound. It would be quite funny if we sort of, if we tucked away there. And he's even put in a crescendo to help us do that, hasn't he? Crescendo going from there all the way to that chord there. So start nice and quietly. And then from here gradually grow. Pedal, which you can't see, I'm pedaling exactly as it says, every dotted crotchet note. So pedal up, 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 and that's carrying on throughout. Let's pop in the tune now as well. I like to do a swap of finger on that F, and you'll see me do similar things further on. Let's carry on. Growing on this phrase. And to be careful to hold on to this F now, whilst the pedal carries on pedaling with those notes. Let me go from bar 11. pedal, pedal, pedal. So there's one less F in there. And that little echo phrase in the right hand. So we've just heard and then subito piano, suddenly tuck down a notch or two. There's a change of finger again there. Slight crescendo into. Another little echo. And this section is a little bit tricky, these three bars. Take them slowly. Senza pedal, very dry. And confident and loud. So those three bars, let's have a look at the left hand. Holding on to the E flat. All the way holding on to the E flat through that phrase. Might be worth taking that bar. Can I use all these fingers confidently whilst holding on to that? From bar 21. With a very definite folk-like tune over the top. I love that sort of bouncy rhythm there, that's jig rhythm. And when I first played these two bars, I wanted to play them much quieter. But coming back to the piece now, I don't think they need that. I think they need to be kept nice and strong and loud. So from bar 21, the coordination of that bit is tricky. You can use the fourth finger on the A flat. Though I think the fourth makes that bit more comfortable, but then this is a bit obtuse, whereas the third makes that quite uncomfortable and that bit easier. So try both and see what you think. And then make sure those notes are really well coordinated. And it's dying away. And the pedal goes on to hold just that F. Not too early, we don't want any of the notes from before that bar, but just the F tucking away. For this B section, this middle section, and we're heading into F major. Like the second finger on this A, but third can work as well. And I've been doing third on that A. Does that make sense? I wrong the octave for the left hand there. And I do repeat that with the same finger. I like to get the third down there because my third finger gives a nice strong feel to it. Let's run through that section one more time. And my pedal is still going up every beat, exactly as shown in the book. And these thirds here in bar 35. I talk a lot about these thirds whenever they crop up. Just take our time, really listen carefully. Are they together? I find it's helpful just to play the notes quickly. If I go too slowly, if I press the keys too slowly, that's when unevenness and that starts to come in. Oh, that last one. Better. Better. Yeah, it's that last one for me that needs a little bit of work. Getting louder. Very dry. the right point in that bar. So we get a very stark before the... Could you hear that? You couldn't see it, but could you hear that it was very stark to start off with, then the pedal comes in. And then we're into the A section again, but slightly altered. The tune just changes slightly, doesn't it? Let's think it through. Usually a long note there at the end of the phrase. Then we tuck ourselves down, bar 50. Taking care to come off that melody note exactly as it says. That echo. Change there, doesn't he? He's put in that extra D up there. Subtle difference between that bar and where it happens before in bar 21, 2, 3, bar 24. And here I end up landing, I do prefer 3 there, I think, with my 4th finger on the F. And I then swap to 5th. Are we in F major? And then a very dry ending. Again, I change the finger. I put 1, 3, 2, 4. A very quiet ending at the close. Sort of ambiguous, that pentatonic sound again, but definitely we're back into minor, aren't we? It's a lovely piece. Start nice and slowly, and I would suggest putting all this detail in. I'm picking out the pedal and the different articulations and the dynamics from the offset. Even when you're playing very slowly, think about how you're playing the notes as much as, am I playing the right notes? And there'll be passages like from bar 21 that need unravelling and working out, and have the broader picture in your mind's eye as well, that sense of A, B, A structure, Dorian going to major, ending up back in hints of major, hints of other things, but definitely with F at our centre, F as our home, F as our tonality. Thank you, Kola Batula, for asking for this. I hope that's helped a little bit. Any questions, as always, please come back to me. Bye-bye.